trending up since the low of the day. Pretty much I am looking to long this, but this would be an entry right here for me. So this is a prime example. I want to refresh this page because sometimes it's just not working. Make sure that my entry is in. So just a minute. There we go. So I am in. I'm going to put the stop loss down at my normal average stop loss. Today is going to be about 57. Entry was at 61. 3-4 pips. I'm going to include spread, so about 5 pips. And I'm going to take it on about 10 to 12. So 12 from 63 is about 75. I don't want to see if this follows through. If it doesn't, this is indicating it's a choppy day because I know my patterns. And if it doesn't go, like I said, it's because it's a choppy day. It's the first entry of this session. It's a US session. So give it some time and we'll have a follow-up. I would like to see what it's been doing the past couple of hours, which is a nice strong bull trend. And if it doesn't, you see how it's failing right away. That's indicating it's a choppy day, and I stay away from this. So right now, we're looking at price is going to the downside. And this, you really didn't have any way to get in. There was a move to the downside, and it failed. So my only other option was to go on up. And this is currently what's happening. I'm going to trail it aggressively as I start to see price go more in my favor. And just bear with me for a couple of minutes. It should be done. You see how it's struggling at these highs. It's a red flag, and I'm just gonna take note of that. So I'm gonna put a horizontal ray, and just take note of these highs right here, because this is definitely a point of reference. And I would like to see a continuation up. If not, then I'm done trading for the day because one too many signals have failed. So we're gonna watch this right now. See if price is gonna continue on up, or if not, I'm done. I'm gonna trail this aggressively now that I have confirmation it should continue. 59. Include the spread, so it should be about 78. It's gonna be my new trailing stop. So now this is a 2.5 to 1 hour trade, and just give it a 2-3 minutes, and I'll be able to determine if this is gonna continue on up or it should reverse and hit my stop. So we'll see just a moment. In the meantime, I do want to just note pretty much the activity of today has been pretty choppy. There were some down moves, but then it went into some ranges, and then it just kind of messed around. So right around here, 10:04, this was about 4 hours ago, London session. It did show some strong down moves, and it should have continued down, but the price did chop up. You can't really do anything until these lows are hit. It hit those lows and then started stalling out, kind of what it's doing up here at these highs. And then it finally gave way, but as it gave way, you have no real way to get in. The only real way to get in, I say, was around 10:30, and 10:30 short failed. That indicated that there's a possible reversal, and it did reverse on up, and it failed. And then we have a short, kind of just chopping around. Like I said, you mark off ranges throughout the session. You would have probably been in this for the past hour with no moves, and then I trade about 2 hours, so probably would have finally got something. Yeah, nothing really gave today. So as we see, it's starting to go against because it's choppy. While I wait, I'm going to 4 hour and show what's going on. There's a lot of noise right here, so I don't really like looking at all this, but I can see what's going on. But bank holidays, so December 22nd or December 13th, all the way through. So that 17-day or 2 week, almost 3 weeks, it's been chopping sideways because of Christmas, New Year's. And then there was a profit release right before the end of the year. Everyone took profits, went away for the year, and then the market started off bearish. So I would like to see a follow through of this push. If not, then we're gonna pretty much continue to see it go back into the range, and there's a lot of opportunity on the upside and also back down, but we need more news. The most recent news announcement is coming out on the 4th, and today is currently the 3rd. So these are the first high impact of the year, and so if there's no high impact of the year and then there's a major down move, it's probably just choppiness. I'm gonna go to 1 minute again. We can follow up with the trade. So I'm gonna try my stop any moment now to break even. I just need to see highs broken. It's a pretty sharp move up. I don't really know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna wait and see. Give it like 2-3 minutes. You see how it's like hesitating to break up. To me, on the tick, it's not good, so I'm gonna just wait. I already kind of have my move, so I'm gonna trail this even closer pretty aggressively. All right, waiting for a couple more ticks higher, and then I'm gonna trail it to break even. There we go. So we have 562, 561. So pretty much break even. So you see how it popped on up and it's shifting down. To me, that's a red flag, and anything below here, I'm getting out. So give it a couple more minutes. Just broke range highs. Mark this off right here. So I would like to see a follow through of this breakout. If not, it's just gonna come back down. It's a lot of little candles. It's gonna chop on up, and we don't want that. We'll trail even more aggressively in just a moment. Just give it a few seconds. Still nothing. So this is just New Year's. So I'm pretty much giving up on this trade already. It's way too long. Moving sideways, and to me, it's telling me that it's gonna be a sideways type of day. So we'll see. See what we can get. Normally, I like to see clean movement. Like this was supposed to be a reversal, and it faked out. So to me, it has no choice but to go up. 562, 561.6 is now my new stop. Trailing it very aggressively because I need to see a pop. There we go. Nice. All right. It's going to be a strong follow through. This might be the one only trade of the day because I don't like the movement. Nice. So now I'm going to bring this close to break even as much as possible. 563. 562.5. It's about a 1.1 pip spread, or it's a 2 pip spread right now, so I have to be very careful. Keep it right there. It's because it's a 2 pip spread. You see 2.1 on Forex.com. All right. So it's moving on up. So anything against here is just telling me to discard it for the day, and there's nothing really happening. So I'll give it like 2-3 more minutes. Nice follow through. You see how it's ready to collapse? That's telling me that it's struggling to break higher. And if it struggles to break lower and it's moving on up and it's also struggling to break higher, it's a dud for the day. Let's see what happens here. Might be able to trail it even more aggressively in the next minute. All right, on its way up. Just use the trend line. Nice. Nice. So anything below here, I'm going to trail it very aggressively because it's on its way to profit. So 565, 564 points. So anything below here, below break even, we're getting out. You see how it's struggling? So for me, this is it. It looks like it's possibly going to reverse back into a range to chop up. So this is the choppy day. It's okay. At least this is documented and it's going to be uploaded. Just mark off the highs. Anything above here, I'm moving my stop higher up to collect something, but so far nothing. It looks like it's going to crash down. I need to see a bounce from this recent minute. If I get a nice bounce, then I'm going to continue to hold, but if not, I'm getting out close to break even, minus, how many pips is this? 0.6 pips, so not even 1 pip. It's probably the best I can do. All right, this is moving on up. I want to see more follow through. Let's give it a minute. Should be done with this video in about 3-4 minutes because I don't really see much else happening. This is a prime example of a struggling day for the markets. Bank holidays, they just came back. So right now I just want to see a nice pop up above 1.05684 if it continues up. And then I'm going to trail my stop. But right now it's not looking good for bulls. Will we get a strong enough push? The buyers of the last 4 or 5 minutes, looks like they're giving up. Looks like it might have been profit. There we go, y'all. Mark this one down. Choppy day. You're looking at the 10-second. Trading View won't let me do this, but my other broker will. Basically would explain the same thing that I'm breaking down right now. This could be a spread hit, 2.1 pips. Could just say I went for people's spread, but to me this is not good. And there we go. It's a choppy day. Prime example. Close up shop for the day and don't waste your time self-sabotaging your trading, because this is the activity all day long. I did trade early in London and it was doing the same thing. This is post lunch, and New York, it's just New York open about an hour in, and there was no solid clear moves, and that move on up is failing. So you don't want to short it now, and you don't want to just wait because it's probably going to chop within this 7 pip range for the next hour, maybe longer. One more thing before the video is over is looking at London right here. We can see London open. I traded this session earlier from 8 a.m. or about 8:30 London until 10, and I got no moves. You can see it's been chopping the entire day, giving no clear moves, because you don't want to short here, and you don't want to short on this. And then the first opportunity to really short, it's probably right here. The pullback was kind of weak, so you don't really want to get in on that pullback. And it's been pretty much doing the same thing. That was a nice move right there, 905. But after that move, it kind of chopped on up. I was in this right here between 910 to 943. So I got enticed that the move, it was going to continue going, and the momentum it was all day. Volatility shift, and there wasn't really any good up moves. I mean, you could have possibly gotten in on here, but it's a 5 pip stop loss for me, or over 5 pips, and that's too large for me. So I would have to aim for like at least 10 to 12 pips for 2 to 1. So you got like 65. So my TP would be all the way up here. So it would not have reached and fulfilled. That would have been a red flag because TP would have been filled. And then the market went down, would have hit the stop loss. So that wouldn't have been a good trade neither. Let's just use this hypothetical example. If you got in right here. So I'm going to show you right now. So there is a possibility you could have gotten in on like 5 pips. Like I said, you need to aim for at least 10. So if you were going for like maybe 1.5 to 1, you would have probably hit target. But if it's not fulfilling the 2 to 1 targets, it's a red flag. And that move happened, it failed, and then stop loss was hit a few minutes later. And then you try to take another move. Let's see. Nothing, nothing, nothing. It's pure nothingness. By the time anything pops up that was possibly able to take, you would have probably just failed. So that's it for today. Learned a lesson. Just wait until the 4-hour time frame says it's time to go, and just waiting for this 2 to 3 week range to show follow through to the downside or some sort of pop on up in the next couple of days. Just waiting for January 4th, and that's it for today. Happy New Year.